Hello, dear students, how are you doing? It's good to come back to you after 1 week of holiday. Remember, the last thing we did was Unit 6, so we did 4 lessons, okay? I hope you liked all the things and I hope you did the exercises as well. Now, we are going to continue. Remember that we are still at home. Unfortunately, we cannot go back to school, at least at this time. So we will kick off again with another unit. So this is a new theme. We'll be looking at Unit 7, Entertainment. Okay? Unit 7, Entertainment. And again, we'll start with the lesson number 1. As usual, it is vocabulary and functions. And I put some pictures here for you just to give you an idea about the title of the unit or the theme of the unit or the topic. Okay? Right. So let's begin. We are going to start with a warmer. A warmer, it's an activity that you can maybe in the form of a game or an activity that starts or gets you thinking about the topic. So I would like you to use the letters of the word entertainment to write as many words as you can think of. So if you count the letters of the word entertainment, there are 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 13. There are 13 letters, 1, 3, okay? What I want you to do is on a piece of paper, and this is going to be for 3 minutes. On a piece of paper, I would like you to write as many words as you can think of. For example, man. So man, it's M-A-N. Or time, T-I-M-E. Or train, T-R-A-I-N. Or enter, enter here, okay, etc. Remember, you cannot write a word with a letter that is not here. For example, B or S or F or G or W. No, you only use the letters here, okay? And for example, the letter R is only one time. So you cannot write a word with 2 R's. No, it has to be only one. You only use the letters we have here. Okay? Good. And as I said, this activity should take you 3 minutes. Oh, good. Now, after this activity, you may, just as I always said, you may want to pause the video and do the activity. When you finish or when you are ready, we continue, okay? Good. Now take a look at the next slide, and here I have put a number of pictures. There are 9 photos. Okay, take a look at the photos. So we'll be looking at these photos separately. Okay, one word that links all the photos together is entertainment. So these are means of entertainment, as we say in Arabic, وسائل الترفيه. Okay, means of entertainment. Let's look at these means of entertainment one by one. Now that's yes, cinema, and this is a theater, so you can see it here, theater. Remember, at the cinema we watch, yes, we watch movies, but at the theater we don't watch movies, we watch drama and we watch piece of play, or we watch plays. Next, good. So this is music, and that's of course television. Music, we listen to music, and we watch television, we watch TV programs. Okay. We will look at TV programs after. Next, okay, on this picture you see people and music and lights. So this is a, yes, that's a concert, and this is a, of course, that's computer games or video games if you wish. So he's playing a game. Next, so this is something you see on in the fair. So that's something we call the wheel. So that's part of the activities or the games we find at a fair, what we call in French la foire. Next picture, that's of course it's a circus. Right. You can always pause the video to repeat or to write down the words you learn. Okay. Next, and the last two pictures, so that's of course sport, and you can see here Facebook and Twitter. That's social media. Okay, good. So social media, sport, TV, music, concert, circus, cinema, and theater, these are means of entertainment. Okay, good. Now after this we are going to learn how to make suggestions. Remember, the lesson is vocabulary and functions. So now we talked about some means of entertainment. Take a look here. What can you see on the photo? There are two people. There's a boy or a young man, if you want to say, and there's a girl or a young woman. Okay, listen and repeat. Would you like to go to the cinema tonight? Oh, I'd love to. What about going to the match on Saturday? I'd like to, but I can't. Okay, I'm going to read it again. Would you like to go to the cinema tonight? Oh, I'd love to. What about going to the march on Saturday? I'd like to, but I can't. So as you can see here in this dialogue, the girl and the boy are making suggestions. That's what we will see here in this table. We are going to learn for a few minutes how to make a suggestion and how to respond to a suggestion. Okay? Now, when you make a suggestion, what we call also proposition, or in Arabic the word اقتراح, okay? We make a suggestion by saying, would you like to go to, would you like to play, would you like to see, let's go to, let's play, or let's see, okay? What about going to, what about playing, what about seeing? And why don't we go to, why don't we play, and why don't we see? So you can use one of these to make a suggestion. For example, would you like to go to the circus? Or would you like to play football? Or would you like to see a film? Let's go to the cinema. Let's play basketball. Let's see the tiger in the zoo. What about going to the cinema? What about playing, etc.? Okay? So when you make a suggestion, people can accept your suggestion, or they can refuse. They can say yes, or they can say no. Okay? Now, when you respond to a suggestion, you can say, oh, yes, let's. Or, oh, that is a good idea. Or, that's a good idea. Yes, I'd love to. I'm afraid, I'm sorry, which means I'm sorry, I can't. I'd like to, but I can't. It means I really want to, but I'm sorry, I can't. Oh, that's fine by me. That's fine by me. It means it's okay. I can do it. Okay. So as I said, you may want to pause the video to take notes, write down, making suggestions and responding to suggestions, so you can do the exercise after. Okay. Now it's time to practice. As I said, you can take some time to look at these very carefully, and after this we practice. Here we have 5 dialogues. Okay, now read and circle the correct answer to complete the conversation. Before I give you the answer to each question, you can pause to think about it yourself and look at my answer. 1. Would you like to go out on Friday night? B, A, B, and C. So which is correct, you think? Yes, I'd love to, thanks. I love it. Not today. Okay, there's only, by the way, there's only one answer. You cannot choose 2 answers. No, only 1. So number 1, it's yes. Would you like to? Yes, I'd love to, thanks. 2. How about going out tonight? Going out tonight. A, B, and C. No, I don't. That's fine by me. We can. How about going out? So that's fine by me. That's okay. It means I accept. That's fine by me. Moving to 3, 4, 5, and 6. A, do you want to come to my house? Do you want to come to my house this evening? I'm not interested in this. No, I wouldn't. I'd like to, but I can't. So it's I'd like to, but I can't. Sam can come with us. Yes, please. It's fine. Thanks, he'd like that. The answer is thanks, he'd like that. He will refer to Sam. Number 5, let's go to the park. No, I don't. I'm afraid I can't. Yes, you can. Well, normally, when somebody says, let's go to the park, so do you say, no, I don't? Or I'm afraid I can't, or yes, you can. So the answer is, I'm afraid I can't. I'm sorry, I can't. Not, no, I don't, because the question should begin with do. Do you? Okay, no, I don't. Yes, I do. 6, let's meet outside the theater. A, B, and C. That's a good idea. Yes, we can, and we'd better meet. Yes, so the answer is yes, that's a good idea. Let's meet outside the theater. That's a good idea. So as you see here in the 6 questions, it's all about making suggestion. With the table we learned earlier, you can take notes and do the exercise very, very easily. Okay, good. Now let's move on to the next part of our lesson. That's a homework. Okay, complete the conversation with the suitable expressions from the table you saw before. We talk about this table. Okay, that's the table I talk about. So we can just stop the video again and do the activity or do the exercise. Sam, Mike, and Najat and Nora. Okay, you complete with the expressions of making suggestions and responding to suggestion. You can use any expression. Okay. Right. Now we move on, and this is again time for practice. So you have some examples: go to the gym, come to my party, watch a film, go to the theater, go to a concert, go swimming, play tennis, go fishing, listen to some music, and go to a restaurant. Here, this is time to practice. So if you have your brother or sister or your friend, you can chat with your friend on WhatsApp or on Messenger, practicing making suggestions and responding. For example, you can say, "Oh, Mona, would you like to play tennis with me?" And she can say, "Yes, let's," or "I'm sorry, I can't," or "I'd like to, but I can't," etc. Or "Let's watch a film." Yes, that's a good idea. Okay? So again, this is just to practice your speaking. Okay? If you have any questions, you can write them in the comments or send them to me in private. Good. Now, moving on, and here you can see what are these? Okay, good. Yeah, these are posters. They are posters of movies. These are posters of movies. So here we have different categories of movies, or different genre, or different types of movies. Let's look at these movies in separately, or in turn. That's Desperado. So this is an action. That's an action movie, and you know, action, we have fight, we have combat, we have killing, etc. Diablo or Diablo, that's a horror movie. Action, horror. Action, movie, and horror. Dr. Dolittle. So from the poster you see this is a comedy, and that's, of course, you know it, it's the Titanic. This is a romance, a romantic movie, romance comedy. Oh, good, that's Star Wars. So it's a, oh, this is a thriller. I'm sorry, talk about this first. And then we have science fiction. So science fiction and thriller. A thriller is a movie like action, but we have a story. Okay. Next, from the picture, yeah, cowboy film, cowboy movie, or western, and that's a cartoon or animated. Cowboy, western, cartoon, animated. Next, sometimes you see this, like we have three people playing together. So this is a game show, they're playing game show, and that's of course, that's a documentary, documentary of animals, documentary of nature. Okay. Next we have yes, of course, that's the news, and this is Samhini in Arabic, which is soap opera, news, soap opera. Again, you can pause the video and go back to each movie type, listen to it. You can pause and write down the thing. Okay? Good. Now it's time for practice. So we are going to complete the blanks, or fill in the blanks with the correct word from the list. This is the list. We have thriller, soap opera, news, westerns, comedy, documentary, game show, cartoon, science fiction, and horror. Okay? And this is the exercise. So before you do the exercise, I want you to write this, okay? Write thriller, soap opera, etc. So you can move and complete these 1, 2, 3, 4. Here we have some gaps. So you're going to complete them with the one from the list. Okay? And then you have 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Okay? So 1, for example, my father always watches the 8 o'clock on BBC. What do we need here? Do we need thriller, soap opera, news, westerns, comedy? What? Same thing for number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Okay? This is very easy. You can do it. Right. Now we finish our lesson with this. So this is just to practice. It's speaking again. If you have someone to speak to. Sarah and Nora. I saw the Twilight. Oh, really? What sort of film is it? It's a romantic movie. And Jack, what are your favorite movies? I like comedies. I like comedy films. You may want to change, for example, I saw Terminator. Really? What sort of film is it? Oh, it's an action movie. What are your favorite movies? I like the romance, or I like horror, or I like science fiction, or whatever. Okay? So, dear students, we've come to the end of our first lesson in Unit 7. Again, I would like to say thank you very much for your attention, and see you next time with the next or with another lesson. Goodbye.